Ashlee Robinson, known online as Ashlee Jenae, was a 31-year-old Black lifestyle, travel, and fashion influencer based in New Jersey with over 136,000 Instagram followers. She documented a curated, joyful life, travel, fashion, love. In early April 2026, she flew to Zanzibar, Tanzania, to celebrate her 31st birthday with her fiancé, Joe McCann. On April 5th, her actual birthday, McCann proposed during a safari excursion. Her final Instagram post that day read, quote, Chapter 31, and I'm exactly where I need to be. She was dead 4 days later. This is the story of what happened and the larger historical pattern that makes her family right to be suspicious. My name is Yasmin Shiraz, and this is the Yasmin Breakdown. Be sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications. Let's go through the timeline of what we know. April 4th, Robinson and McCann arrive in Zanzibar and check into a hotel. April 6th, the couple moves to the luxury Zuri Zanzibar resort. On April 8th, Ashlee calls her family and tells them that she and McCann had a heated argument. Hotel staff, alerted by other guests to a romantic conflict, separate the couple and move McCann to a different villa about a 10-minute walk away. This was reported on ABC News as well as News Nation. April 8th through 9th, it's overnight. Ashlee is found unconscious in her villa. She is transported to a local hospital. April 9th to 10th, Ashlee is pronounced dead. I want us to establish this key detail right now. She spoke to her family on April 8th. Her mother, Yolanda Denise Andres, told ABC6 Action News that Ashlee sounded happy, celebrating her birthday, celebrating her engagement. There were no signs of distress. But now there are conflicting reports, and this is where it gets serious. There was initial police ruling by Tanzanian authorities, specifically North Unguja Police Commander Benedict Mapajira, who initially ruled the death a suicide by hanging, claiming she was found in a wardrobe. This narrative was reportedly first suggested by McCann himself, but the hospital report tells a different story. A hospital report obtained by WPVI ABC 6 Philadelphia listed the immediate cause of death as cerebral hypoxia by strangulation and suffocation. That is not suicide by hanging. That is a description of someone whose airway was forcibly cut off. Now, let's get to the fiance's status. McCann's passport was confiscated. As of mid-April 2026, Tanzanian police confirmed he continues to be questioned as a witness, not yet named as a suspect. No charges have been filed. The autopsy and toxicology reports are still pending as of the recording of this video. The family, her parents, Harry Robinson, and Yolanda Denise Andres have flown to Zanzibar to seek answers in person. Her father stated publicly, quote, "Nothing about it makes sense. It just doesn't add up." The U.S. State Department confirmed the death of an American citizen and stated it's monitoring the situation. Now, this is why this matters beyond this one case. The moment the police mention a suicide, a familiar history is activated. Suicide as a tool of erasure. Black Americans have historically had significantly lower suicide rates than white Americans. This is a documented public health fact. And yet, when Black people die under suspicious circumstances, suicide has repeatedly been the the quick and convenient official conclusion. Let me give you some examples. Sandra Bland, 28 years old, arrested in Texas during a 2015 traffic stop, found hanging in her jail cell 3 days later. The same day, she was scheduled to be released, ruled suicide. Her family, as well as activists, dispute this ruling to this very day. Andre Jones, 18, found hanging in a Jackson, Mississippi jail in 1992. Officials ruled suicide. His family alleged foul play. In March 2026, just 1 month before Ashlee's death, the Mississippi-based civil rights organization Julian released a report called The Crimson Record. This report documented 70 suspected modern-day lynchings in 7 southern states between 2000 and 2025, the majority of which were ruled suicide by local authorities, despite family objections. The pattern activists have identified: 1. Crime scenes left unsecured before investigation. 2. Witnesses not interviewed for days. 3. Suicide rulings entered before the autopsies are even complete. In one documented case, a suicide ruling was entered 40 minutes after authorities arrived on scene, before anyone in the house was even interviewed. Suicide has functioned historically as a way to close a case, protect the perpetrator, and tell a Black family to stop asking questions. That history is why Ashlee's family has every right to push back. There is a complexity to dying abroad. Families must navigate a foreign police force operating under different laws, a foreign medical and legal system, the U.S. Embassy, which can monitor but cannot direct another nation's investigations. And also, there are international autopsy and evidence chain of custody issues. There is also a financial burden of international travel to seek answers. In doing research for this story, I learned that Ashlee's family traveled to Tanzania. They have set up a GoFundMe, and I will put that in the description. But here is the parallel that cannot be denied. Shanquilla Robinson, 25, died in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico in October 2022 while on a group vacation with friends. Mexican authorities initially said she died from alcohol poisoning. Her autopsy revealed a broken neck and a broken spine. No alcohol was found in her blood at all. A video surfaced showing her being beaten by a travel companion. No one was ever charged. The two cases are different in their specifics, but the pattern is the same. A Black woman traveling abroad dies under suspicious circumstances, and the initial official narrative minimizes violence as an explanation. Visibility does not equal protection. Ashlee had over 136,000 followers, but a following does not protect you from intimate partner violence. And let's talk about victim blaming for a moment. Online spaces have seen some attempts to shift focus to Ashlee's choices, who she was with, how she lived. Her character is not on trial. Her death is under investigation. Hotel staff intervened the night before Ashlee was found dead. They heard a domestic disturbance. They separated the couple. That detail is important. Femicide, the killing of women, often by intimate partners, is a global crisis that crosses race, class, and economic background. The fact that Ashlee was celebrating her engagement does not mean that she was safe. Advocates consistently note that the period around an engagement, breakup, or major life milestone can actually be a moment of elevated risk in abusive relationships. And to this I say her name, Ashlee Jenae was 31 years old. As of mid-April 2026, autopsy results are still pending. McCann's passport remains withheld. No charges have been filed. The family is in Zanzibar. The investigation is still going. Her family deserves the truth. All right, y'all, that's one to grow on. Let me know what you think in the comments. Peace. See you next time.